Hi, RFK. You want to come take my meds? You can take them. Come on, Bobby. Bobby and Donnie, come on. You can get my meds. Come on, it'll be fun. You want to take them? You want to take my meds? You want to take my friends' meds, too? We'll all get together. We'll go off. I'm going to go off them. Do you want me to go off them now? I will go off them because I want to. I want to go off them. I'm going to go off them just for you, Bobby. You want to come join me? It'll be fun. Let's get this party started.
All right, so I found this video. I found it yesterday. Listened to it, and it's by a creator called Sargon of Akkad, and he absolutely lays it out about how where the left is, where the far left is in our current state of affairs. Let me get my words out. I thought he was cooking them. Like, this is a perfect layout of exactly where they're at in society, and these motherfuckers are weird as shit, and it's almost like an antibody response, how people are turning away from it. Like, some of us are just like recoiling in horror, and I don't think that they're long for this world. And I don't mean in being wiped out. I just mean the ideology itself. It's gonna go down in the history books as like, if you were on the board with this stuff, you're gonna go down as a goofy buffoon. That's how you're gonna get recorded in the history books. And if you don't believe me, here's a couple, examples of your typical lefty.
If you've lost faith in humanity, this is your villain origin story. If you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands.
So, now that the orange turd has won, we should now rename America Hell, because it is going to be hell on earth. So buckle up. Hope you freaking Republicans are happy.
Alright guys, it's time to go to bed. None of us are stressed about the election, right? We all are gonna just go have the best night's sleep of our lives, aren't we?
Let it out. Let it out.
All right, so with that, we are going to jump into the video and see what he has to say. He also is on a podcast called The Lotus Eaters, which I catch from time to time. So let's just go ahead and launch this, and maybe we'll comment here and there.
So I thought I would just record a slight stream of consciousness here, because it's become very apparent that the left simply does not understand what is happening at the moment, right? Why the right is acting in the way that the right is acting. They don't know why things seem to be going so far off of the rails, and it's actually kind of strange and beautiful to watch. Not what is actually happening. I actually don't think that the Republicans and some of the more sort of hard edge of the MAGA movement should go quite as far as they're going at the moment with the positions that they're taking and some of the things that they are doing. I actually don't think that's terribly useful in the long run, and I can see many people on the left who are just recoiling in horror at what's happening. What has Steve Bannon done just now? What has Trump just said about Zelensky just now? What is Elon tweeting about Zelensky just now? Like, what are they doing to these various constituencies that we care about? What is going on? And the answer is, these people have become untethered from your moral system entirely, right? They have arrived at the point where they are saying, we do not care about your moral judgments. And I can tell you why this has happened.
I don't know where the hell I put my sunglasses. Oh,
right? For years, the left has refused to engage with their opponents. It's literally this simple. You can find a million mainstream left-wing centrist, but actually incredibly left-wing, agrees on with a radical communist on everything, right? Everything is gay race communism to the left, all of it, right? From like the Rory Stewarts, who would consider themselves like, centrist dads, to the Ash Sarkar literal revolutionaries who are literally communists, right? The entire spectrum at this point is radical left. And the entire spectrum of the left has decreed it can never actually speak to the right. And so you've got podcast after podcast, TV show after TV show, newspaper column after newspaper column, just condemning the right without ever engaging with them. And just saying, you're bad people, you're bad people, you're bad people. We'll never listen to your opinion. We'll never have you in the room while we're calling you bad people. We will never have you explain yourself in a charitable and honest way. So we will try and understand your perspective because we're too busy calling you bad people. And the right has got to the point where they're just saying, okay, we do not care anymore. We are not looking for your approval now because it's become apparent that such a thing will never come. We cannot have some sort of discourse and dialogue where we have an understanding of each other's concerns and we try to work towards a mutually agreed solution. That is just off the table now, right? What's happening is that Trump, Bannon, Elon, the rest, they're just here to crush you. They're going to just crush you. They've decided that you are not worth having in their civilization anymore as a political force. That's why they're defunding everything that you've done. All of the left-wing apparatus.
It's because you can't be reasoned with. You, like you said, you won't engage. The left won't engage in any honest dialogue. They won't discuss topics. They won't come to the table and negotiate. Nothing. They are radicals and will accept no terms. It is their way or the highway. And I think that enough of us on the right have come to realize that like these people aren't trying to play fair, and they're not trying to have a debate and convince us of anything. They're trying to destroy us. So turnabout's fair play. Like, it's game on.
That was used to prop up this one-sided propaganda industrial complex is going. They're going to ruin it all for you. And they're going to do it because you would not sit down and take them seriously. You would not sit down and give them the respect that, frankly, they deserved to have. And you're still not doing it. I'm still seeing shitlib podcast after shitlib podcast that just sounds like the most full-throated YouTube communist revolutionary. And I'm like, okay, so they've learned nothing. They have modulated themselves in no way. They haven't reconsidered any of their positions. And they refuse to move from the most radical left-wing perspective to even just slightly budge towards the center, even though this is all good stuff that is being done. Right? Elon
got
is
his
saving the
goddamn booty
taxpayer
cheeks out walking
an
down the street.
unbelievable amount of money, and that will translate into people paying less tax. That's good for them.
Just pause the video real quick. How the hell can you be comfortable walking down the middle of the fucking road or walking down the side of the road with your motherfucking ass cheeks hanging out? Make it make sense.
Anyone on the left should be able to say, yeah, okay, I understand. I wanted massive amounts of wealth redistribution because I think I can save the world through welfare, but I also can at least understand why you would do that. And for some reason, instead, all we get is this constant cacophony of everyone's this, everyone's that, everyone's a Nazi, everyone's a fascist, everyone's evil, everyone's bad, everyone's a racist, everyone's this, everyone's that. And now you've got Steve Bannon throwing up Roman salutes just in front of an entire crowd and not caring. Like, Elon did it, he was autistic.
I haven't seen that. I gotta look that up. Did he really do that? I might have to look that up. If I could find it, I'm going to put it in the video right here.
Even didn't, he was trolling, but I don't know if Steve Bannon is trolling. I think he's just like, fuck you. And you made him happen. You made him come to this point. You need to start sitting down and having an actual discussion with people. This name-calling, slander politics has to come to an end. And if it doesn't come to an end, don't be surprised when they show you no mercy. Don't be surprised at all when literally you're just like, look, please don't defund this. And they're like, no, that's already gone. What are you talking about? We defunded that before I walked in the room. That's gone. Don't lock that person up. No, we've decided this person's a criminal and we're locking them up. Oh, well, but I mean, can we have a reasonable discussion about this? And they will laugh in your face. They were like, no, you sowed the fucking wind. You are going to reap the whirlwind. You are getting this as hard and as deep and as fast as we can make it. And we are going to make these cuts last forever. You are going to be forever scarred by the damage they're going to do to you. And you've done this to yourselves. This is your own fault. None of this would be happening. Trump,
Your own extremism brought you to this on the left. They destroyed themselves. They pushed people too far. At the end here, they were literally demanding that we deny reality. Obvious, factual reality that we can all see. And like an ideology like that can't survive. It can't.
do you not notice how almost every one of your most powerful arch enemies, the people who want you destroyed and are currently in the process of tearing down everything you've built since the Obama administration, does it not make you weirded out that every single one of them is an ex-Democrat? Every single one used to be on your side, and now they loathe you with the fury of 1,000 suns, and now they are going to
Trump, RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. These were all leftists. These were they were all Democrats, you know. And you've turned them all against you. Elon Musk, you know, he's still liberal. He's just not radical leftist liberal.
scorch you out of existence. They are going to destroy the woke mind virus, and they're going to enjoy doing it. They're literally going to burn you down because you couldn't be reasonable. And it's like you still don't understand this. And it's just frustrating, to be honest. It's just really frustrating how you are unable to have a reasonable conversation with anyone.
That's because these aren't logical and reasonable people. The woke mind virus is like a religion. This is a religious belief to them. They throw aside all facts, logic, obvious evidence right in front of their face that they're in the wrong, and it just doesn't matter. Nothing gets through to them. The true believers, nothing gets through to them.
Like, literally, you are genuinely controlled by a woke mind virus, right? They're not wrong when they make that assessment, and everyone can see it. Every single one can see it. And I know, like, you've got this impulse, and you're like, God,
Everyone can see it, but them. Completely immune to being able to self-reflect. It's amazing.
need to call them a racist. No, they're all going home. They're all going home. Do you understand? They're going home. It doesn't matter how much you say the magic word, racist, doesn't matter. They're going home. You can screech the word racist into the void forever. They are going home. Ask why. Ask why. Ask why you can't have a discussion about that. Ask if there can be any concord. Ask something, or watch your entire project get vaporized by people who think that they are on a crusade. Literal crusader crosses on them. They are coming to wipe you out. Can you be reasoned with in any way, shape, or form? Can you be brought to understand that you are in fact in this way the architects of your own demise? Or will it literally be that in 200 years' time, there is a historical note in the history textbooks? There was something called the woke movement. You may have heard of them. They were much like the Cathars or the Bogomils or some other, the Platonic, Pythagoreans or something like this. Like a weird religious sect took over this city, like the Anabaptist of Munster or something. And what happened? Well, there was a crusade against them. They got wiped out. And that was the end of that. And that's why there are no more of these people around. And everyone was like, okay, well, that was really crazy. Look at the crazy things they believed. And believe me, when your beliefs are represented in history books, you're going to look fucking bonkers, genuinely mad. You're going to look like modern lobotomists. Like, you are going to look insane in the history books. Do you understand? And just at no point it doesn't have to be a scorched earth campaign that is waged against you. You just have to admit you were wrong about a bunch of stuff,
which they will never do. So it does have to be a scorched earth campaign. You can't leave anything left behind. These fanatics are never going to give up. They're never going to give up. And the ones that orchestrated all this, they're not going to go quietly. They're going to fight tooth and nail to the very end.
That's all you have to do. You just have to go, maybe we've gone too far on that. Maybe we're not correct about that. Maybe there's a reason that the democratic Rousseauian general will has revealed to us through the ballot box, because surely this is what you must believe, that in fact we were wrong. And that was our particular wills that was informing our really nonsense policies. And so maybe we should do some sort of introspection. Maybe we can admit that it was us and not everyone else. But I know that you won't do that. I know that if a single left-winger watched this video, and please do let me know if you do, I know you will admit nothing. I know you will say, like Jeremy Corbyn, we may have lost the election, but we won the argument, as your movement is scoured from existence by furious ex-Democrats who are just so tired of hearing of you and anything you do, and just have understood that a drop of leftism is poison now, and so it all has to go. And that's, I agree with them, to be honest. I think a single drop of leftism is poison at this point. Again, all of it could have been talked out. You could have made reasonable concessions. Could have said, yep, we understand that you think that is too far, and therefore, because we respect you as our fellow countrymen, we won't do that. And the right would have said, okay, fair enough. Well, we understand that you think that's too far, so because we respect you, we won't do that either. We would like some other concessions, and you would say, well, we want some concessions on this, and that's fine, and we would negotiate. We would have a discussion about it. We would understand the fundamental legitimacy of each other's position, and we would say, right, well, we'll come to a compromise to make sure that everything works well and make sure everything happens as it ought. But I know you can't do that. I know you won't do that. And so I'm just letting you know you are heading for oblivion, and everyone will cheer when you are gone. So I thought,
ain't that the truth? So, what do you think? You think he's accurate? I do. I heard this. I listened to it twice before I made a video about it. And, I mean, the only thing I disagree with is that we've gone too far in places. I think that we're not going far enough. We need to right this ship. We need to take the West back. The future they had planned for us, I have no interest in. I have no interest in owning nothing and eating the bugs. I just don't. I have no interest in managing decline and lowering my expectations of what my life can be and what my children's lives could be. I have no interest in any of that. So, and I have no interest in placating the insane. I have no interest in denying reality. I have no interest in being forced to moderate my language to accommodate your feelings. I have no interest in your feelings trumping facts, logic, reason, and the betterment of all society. Like, no, count me out. You lost me. Like, you had me back when it was just like, well, we just want to be able to live our life with the same, protections and rights as everybody else. Fully on board. Fully on board. This is supposed to be the American dream. You're supposed to be able to live your life. But once you demand adoration and you demand that I celebrate you for that life, no, negative, Ghost Rider. You got the wrong motherfucker. And apparently you got the wrong 70, 80 million motherfuckers. We're done with it. We're over it. Like we conceded, we made concessions, we gave you what you were initially asking for, and your requests and your reasonable requests became demands, and then eventually demands of celebration, adoration, and then you demanded that we hate ourselves for our own innate traits. So we're done with it. Like, it's over. It is so dead and dusted. There are still people completely on board with it, and they're just going to be swept away into the dustbin of history. In my opinion, like, there's no going back. There's no getting people to buy back into the woke mind virus. If you look at our younger generations, specifically like the young men, they're not in any way down with this stuff. So I think our future looks a lot brighter. And with that, I'm going to end the video. If you liked the video, consider liking the video. Cost you nothing to subscribe. If you got something to say it down below, and I will be sure to respond and comment. And with that, I am out. Peace.